Hello, and welcome back to my channel. This is Caffeinated Dino, and today we're continuing Trouble Comes Twice. We are playing as Jace. We are following Adrian's route. Last episode, we got to meet Adrian's cousin and her friends, and oh boy, I don't like them. They're mistreating our poor Adrian, something severe. So, let us continue. Our poor Jace is having a hard time with also not seeing Adrian because he's been so busy with his cousin. So, let's see how he's doing after his sleep and odd dream from last night. For once, sleep doesn't help improve my mood. I'm so irritated, sorely missing the company of the person I'm used to having around. That dream's at fault. Why did he have to help his cousin? Couldn't they have paid someone to handle it? All they're doing is taking up his time. That I usually do the same, monopolizing his time, is a thought that only makes me angrier. Who am I to talk? I'm the one who's constantly asking him for favors. I act like a child the moment he's around. There's nothing wrong with helping each other out, but there are too many things that I could do by myself. Instead, I rely on him. It doesn't matter how often I ask him if he feels bothered by the way I act. Just because he gives me permission doesn't mean I should be taking advantage of his kindness like that. Now that he's not around, it's biting me in the back. I've been too spoiled. Cursing to myself, I tug at my pillow. Whatever, he's going to have more time again soon. I'll remember to not make him follow my whims all the time. Then everything will be perfectly fine. I eventually trudged downstairs, unable to rest anymore. Both my parents are shocked to see me awake at such an early hour. You're up? Are you sick? What, because I woke up early? Grumpy, I snap back at Mom in a rude tone that I immediately regret. Dad approaches me from behind, putting a hand on my shoulder. No, because you look pale. You don't seem to have a fever, though. Did you not sleep well? Not really. I kept waking up. Couldn't rest at all. Did you have a nightmare? I'm not a child who can't sleep after a nightmare. I remember my dream. Slowly, I pressed my lips together. No, it was a good dream. But it bothers you. It was a dream, Dad. I don't care about it. At the very least, I don't want to talk about it right now. It's a precious memory, but they'll start prying why I couldn't sleep after it. Son. Dad breathes in deeply and puts on a serious face that makes me feel awkward. My parents are rarely this serious. You have a terrible habit. Do you know what it is? My narcissism? That too. But that's not what I meant. You tend to ignore certain issues when you feel like you can't do anything about them, or that taking care of them will be too much of a hassle. You want to solve your issues yourself, and quickly. That's why you're rarely stuck in a slump as you are right now. But when it concerns something that's important to you, you sometimes end up pushing yourself up against a wall. We all know how important Adrian is to you. With you looking so troubled, I'm sure it's about him. He has been quite busy recently. Barely seen him around. Dad nods in agreement to Mom's words. You can't deal with being apart from him. Am I right? Maybe. I try to look confident when I answer. You're worrying too much. That's not... Dad stares at me quietly. He doesn't push the topic. He simply waits. I'm fine with the situation, is what I'd like to say. But maybe that's not quite true. I guess there's a chance it's related to my mood. I don't know. I don't know why I'm so irritated. Alright. Dad pats my head with a gentle smile. I simply want you to think about it, so you can tackle the issue instead of avoiding it. We only want the best for you. Even if you say that, is there really anything I can do? Adrian isn't even that busy. I'm still seeing him as often as other people meet up with their friends. It's just less than I'm used to. I'll go back to sleep again. Alright, rest a bit longer, darling. I drag myself back upstairs for another 2 hours of sleep. When I wake up again, I can hear my parents and Hazel moving around downstairs. I don't want to get up. I grab my phone to unlock it. Staring at the screen, I hesitate for a while. He's used to me bothering him more often than this. It's not weird to leave him a message, right? I take forever to type a message to Adrian, asking him if he wants to come over later. He doesn't reply for over half an hour, leaving me to play some stupid mobile games to distract myself. I walk around my room, unsettled but unwilling to send another message. When my phone finally vibrates, I basically jump over to get it. Oh. I'm sorry, today is a housewarming party. I don't think I can leave early. How about next week? I stare at the message. So they're finally done. Even though he hates parties, he must have gone along because he can't say no to her. He could have invited me to keep him company, but no. He doesn't want me around. Well, maybe he'll have fun. His cousin's friends are very fond of him. He won't be bored for sure with them around. And I mean, it's no surprise they're interested in him. He's single, he's attractive, and he's kind. Jealousy wells up inside me, accompanied by other ugly thoughts. That he should have said no anyway because I asked to spend time with him. That he shouldn't go to a place with people who have a crush on him. That he shouldn't talk to them because he is my friend, and because he should be by my side, not theirs. I place my hands over my face, blocking out the light. This is really, really bad. I attempt to push down the ugly feeling of possessiveness, only to fail miserably. All the irritation and jealousy inside me starts mixing with guilt. There's a difference between being dense and being purposely oblivious. There are things you can try to ignore, but that won't make them go away. It's impossible even for me to misunderstand the feelings I'm having. I can't have fallen for Adrian. I can't. He's my best friend. We basically grew up together. And yet, my chest feels too tight for my lungs. I don't own him. I don't have the right to demand him to stay by my side at all times, no matter how I feel about him. I argue with myself, attempting to fight my feelings with logic. It doesn't work well. It only hurts more. I didn't think the pain of a heartache would feel so physical. I have to get over this. There's no way in hell I can let him find out about my feelings. I already know he doesn't like me back. He basically treats me like his brother. Not to mention, we've known each other since we were children. Falling for a friend like that, isn't it weird? No. No matter what, I can't tell him. If I did, knowing him, he'd probably date me because he can't say no to me. No, he wouldn't go that far, but he'd feel incredibly guilty, wouldn't he? I can't do that to him. It's not fair. He's always been so kind to me. I can't repay his kindness by making him feel bad. The images of Adrian smiling and always helping me out float around in my head. They're sweet memories. Even if he didn't reject me, even if he agreed to date me, do I even deserve him? Fuck. No matter how narcissistic I might be, I can't help but think, I absolutely don't deserve that guy. Someone like me, who is spoiled like a kid, doesn't deserve someone like that. He's always cleaning up after me, taking care of me, dealing with all my whims. He's always one-sidedly spoiling me. I'd be a terrible boyfriend. Dating a guy isn't something I seriously considered until now, but for some reason, if it's Adrian, it's no problem at all. Because I'm so used to being around him, because it would be nice to always keep being by his side like this. But I have to stop this before it gets worse. I can't grow even more possessive than I already am. It can't be that hard. I mean, people fall out of love all the time, right? I just have to accept that this is not possible and move on. Yeah. I roll over to lie on my side and curl up, hiding my face in my pillow. I don't want to move on, though. I really don't want to. I want everything to go my way. I want him to be with me. But no matter what, I shouldn't fall for him. Because there's no way it's going to turn out well. After finally acknowledging the thoughts I've been pushing away for so long, my head simply feels blank. Not wanting to think about anything at all, I stay curled up for God knows how long. Without warning, the silence of my room is broken. The door to my room swings open, a familiar set of footsteps entering. Suddenly, someone pokes my head. Stop sleeping! It's noon already! We're cleaning. Come downstairs and help. I don't respond to Hazel's voice. Sensing something's wrong, she stops poking me and instead rests her hand on my shoulder. Jace? Stomach ache. I mumble the words into the pillow. It's not an actual lie. My stomach is cramping from the mental discomfort I'm feeling. I'm not in the mood to talk to her. I just want to be alone. As if she's heard my thoughts, Hazel leaves the room without another word. Not too long later, her footsteps return. She places something on my nightstand, then pulls my blanket over me. You have to keep warm if you have a stomachache, idiot. Hazel inhales audibly, pauses, and awkwardly mutters a couple of words. Call me if you feel worse. I'm in my room, so I'll hear it. Or send a text. Thanks. Hazel almost flees the room after her rare display of sibling love. Her affection actually leaves me feeling a wee bit better. Look at you, being all sweet. Be quiet. Love you too. After falling asleep, I wake up hours later. The tea Hazel brought me has long gone cold, but I drink it anyway while staring out the window. What now? I'm confident that Adrian hasn't noticed anything since I wasn't even aware myself, but now that I know, I'll probably act differently. I'm not sure I can hide it from the guy who arguably knows me better than I know myself. What do people usually do to forget someone? In the first place, I was about to search for a date anyway. I'd make progress with a bet and distract myself. That's what people do to get over someone, right? Once I'm over him, I might also be able to not occupy as much of his time anymore. Then he can find someone to date himself, if he wants to. He deserves someone who supports him, not someone who causes him trouble all the time. I slap my cheeks so I don't get distracted by gloomy thoughts again. I'll have to find someone I'm attracted to. That's the first step. Alright. That's what I'll do. I force myself to sound more motivated, pushing all unnecessary feelings into the hindmost corner of my heart. This is probably for the best. I walk downstairs, meeting Hazel in the living room. She looks comically uncertain about how to treat me. I think she's most adorable when she worries about me. She really doesn't know what to do. Thanks for the tea. You're welcome. She chokes up the words. Mom steps up behind me, touching my forehead with a worried frown. You two in the same room without fighting? Is it that bad? I literally don't have the energy to make fun of that right now. He's not denying it. Let me check if we still have some painkillers. I have something against cramps. Hazel should too. No thanks. They're just painkillers, darling. It doesn't matter for what. No, I mean, I'm fine. It's better. I don't think anyone in the room actually believes me. No stomachache. I promise. But you still look unwell. I am unwell, alright? My parents are suspicious, but they drop the topic when I make it clear I don't want to talk about it. My mind keeps on circling back to everything that has happened lately, replaying it on loop. How do people deal with heartache? I ended up looking it up online. Scrolling through suggestions, I chose the one I liked best. A bucket of chocolate ice cream later, I ended up having the stomachache I lied about. Oh my god, that was a terrible idea. Darling, why would you eat so much ice cream when you have a stomachache? Reasons. Are they good reasons? Honestly, no. I was mentally feeling like shit. Now I'm physically feeling like shit too. Mom hums. Her eyes narrow as she scrutinizes me. Are you about to do something stupid? Mom, I'm not. You say, about to do something very stupid. I've had better days. You and Hazel tend to act rashly when put under pressure. I don't know what is pressuring you, but this appears to be one of those cases. I'm not. Neither. I mean, not under pressure and not about to do something stupid. Looking for someone to date isn't stupid. It's very much normal. As for doing so in order to get over heartbreak, that's still within the range of normal, I'd say. As long as you're safe. I don't want to see you get hurt, Jace. Please don't act without thinking. I'm not going to, Mom. Someone should have reminded me not to make promises I'm bound not to keep. Plans are one thing, the heart is another. No matter how hard I try to think positively, my dark thoughts still return. While the thought of not ever dating Adrian is actually acceptable, the thought of him dating someone else is not. Hoping that I will calm down quickly, I directly avoid Adrian for a couple of days. Luckily for me, I get a group assignment that takes up most of my free time. Although I hate avoiding him, it will only be for a short while. Only until I get over it, or at least until I can hide it better. At the moment, I can't. I never hide my mood from people close to me. This won't be easy. Especially because Adrian can read me like a book. Thinking about my precious friend hurts. It's like my mind is throwing a tantrum, not wanting to think about him if I can't have him. Things can't continue like this. Mom is already getting suspicious. And I have a feeling Hazel already knows what's up. Partially, anyways. I'm not planning on involving my family in my emotional drama. They'll only cause a bigger mess. To clear my mind, I continue to wander around aimlessly. What started as a simple walk ends up taking me all the way into the city. Hearing people talk and laugh together only results in getting me frustrated, though. Ugh, too many happy people. I should have stayed at home and moped with doubt. Any bad mood passes as long as you wait long enough. Just as I consider turning around and going back home, someone calls out to me. Hey, Jace! Zoe's waving at me from across the street. Seeing no cars nearby, I cross the street. Zoe says a few words to her friends, people I don't know, before turning to me. Hey, going clubbing? Kinda. What about you? You look like you can use a drink. Alcohol, the modern solution to absolutely any problem. Haven't tried that yet. Why do you think so? How did you come to that conclusion? I don't know. Might have something to do with how you're just wandering around here aimlessly with a dark look on your face. Looking like someone who can use a break from life. You have no idea how right you are. It's worth a try, isn't it? You're not wrong. Would you mind if I tagged along? Nah, feel free. She turns to her friends. Unless anyone minds him joining us. Her friends are quick to confirm they're perfectly fine with one more person. One guy even comes over, throwing an arm around my shoulder in an overly friendly manner. The more the merrier. Come along. Thanks. Being with others will distract me. Also, it's the perfect time to check if there's anyone who strikes my fancy. If the people I meet at a nightclub would even be interested in something long-term is a problem I don't even consider. For the moment, my wish is only to take my focus off Adrian. The music blares loudly. The bass is strong enough to give people heart problems, while the lights flicker hypnotically. The later it gets, the more unhinged people become, dancing wildly and downing their alcohol like it's water. We move from place to place until I can neither remember the name of where we are nor how many drinks I've had. I feel myself turn tipsy, but the haze I hope for doesn't come. Are you mixing? I keep myself mostly to the doors and outdoor areas, at the edge of it all, holding my cocktail. Hearing Zoe's voice, I take my attention off the pretty girl that's been talking to me. Every time I see you, you're holding something different. Do you want to get drunk? I sip at my drink. I don't even know what it's called, nor do I register the taste. I don't go drinking often. Gotta enjoy it, right? I smirk at the girl next to me. She giggles cutely. Right. Cheers to that. We tap our glasses together. Zoe tugs me over to her, whispering into my ear. Look, I know it's none of my business, but are you okay? If you keep drinking at this rate... At this rate? It's not been that long. I've only had... I struggle to remember. Although it feels like the alcohol is setting in with a delay. The moment I try to remember something, I start to feel the blur. Wasn't much. I'm fine. Don't worry. You don't look drunk, but you sure sound like it. Do I? I throw the question at my companion, who shakes her head with a grin. He's perfectly sober. See, she agrees. I shrug, as if to say that since my companion agrees, it must be right. Zoe leaves for somewhere after giving me a skeptical glance. I don't know how much time passes after that. At some point, Minnie is getting so drunk that she keeps on leaning on me, using the chance to touch my arms or abs. I don't like this at all. A sluggish thought. But people think this is normal, right? Everyone does this. If everyone does this, it's okay. I lean closer to the girl whose hazy eyes reflect my own, when a strong force drags me away. What? I cough at having my collar constricted around my throat through the pull, disorientedly attempting to figure out who did it. Sorry, he's leaving. Have a good night. Uh-oh. What? Aw, stay a bit longer. Sorry. His voice is icy, his jaw tightly clenched. He wraps an arm around me and drags me out of the bar with ease. The cold air feels nice on my warm skin. Dazed, I blink to get my sight to focus again. What are you... Shut up. I do. It's more shock than anything, really. Never once have I heard Adrian use that kind of tone to talk to me, simmering anger, ready to break out. Adrian changes his hold on me to grab my wrist, strong enough to hurt. He walks fast enough that I stumble, but doesn't stop for any longer than enough so I can put my jacket on. My tongue feels numb. After his order, I don't dare talk to him. What's he doing here? Why? Why is he angry? Near the exit of the park we are passing through, Adrian stops abruptly. I walk into his back, my nose hurting from the impact. His torso rises and falls with a deep breath. Do you have any idea how worried I was? Huh? I stare at his back. Adrian doesn't turn to me, but he doesn't let go of my wrist either. Hazel called me because Zoe texted her. Why did she do that? She says you've been drinking like there's no tomorrow. You don't even like clubs, let alone drinking with no caution. Stupid from too much alcohol, or stupid from confusion, I blurted out part of the truth. I was going to find someone to hook up with, cause the bet. Bet? The world seemed to pause for a moment. Bet? Adrian's voice grows louder and colder. He rolls around, facing me. You're going to hook up with someone because of a bet? Just how drunk are you? Since when do you twist and change your principles like that? Who was it that said he doesn't like relationships without feelings? That he doesn't want to get physical with someone he doesn't even like? You've always adhered to your principles in this regard, but you ignored them for a stupid bet? I pull my head between my shoulders. My head is too slow to come up with an explanation, an answer, anything in response to his words. Maybe I should have let you continue your drunken rampage then, if you thought it was fun. The words drip with mockery. It's not a tone I've ever heard from him. At that moment, I'm overwhelmed with guilt. Guilt that I'm the one who made the gentle Adrian so angry. No. Hearing my whispered reply, Adrian seals his face again. He continues pulling me along. This time, I try to keep up the best I can. Adrian only lets me go in front of my door. He doesn't even ask if I have my key, instead taking out the copy that his own family has and unlocking it directly. At this time of the morning, my parents must be asleep. It's silent and dark with no one around. Adrian pushes me into the hallway. Aid, if you want to drown your brain in alcohol or sleep around, go ahead. I won't stop you next time. You're old enough to decide for yourself if that's what you want. Sorry for ruining your plans. Good night. The door slams shut. I stare at it blankly, Adrian's last words still registering. I seriously fucked up. The alcohol is making my head dizzy. I stand in the darkness of the hallway for too long before I snap out of it. I hurry into the bathroom, splashing my face with cold water and changing out of my clothes. I smell like cigarette smoke and alcohol. Blech. It's hard to push away the drunken haze that's setting in. The shock of what just happened helps. My wallet is almost empty. God, how much did I order? The me in the mirror looks back, swaying around. I blink rapidly in order to focus, before I realize it's not my sight swaying, but my body. Steadying myself in the sink, I close my eyes. I better get to bed before this gets worse. I'll take care of everything tomorrow. It's arguably the best decision I've made all day. I wake up only a few hours later with a hangover so bad it's more of a migraine. My stomach is twisting, the light is too bright, and even breathing makes my head thump. I drag myself into a sitting position that causes black spots to dance in front of my eyes. Groaning, I rub my temples. Mom and Dad are gonna snap. As nice as my parents are, they have a bottom line. Drugs and cigarettes are forbidden. They'd get seriously mad if I started smoking. They don't mind us drinking, but they're always worried we'll get into danger if we get completely drunk, so I've never been more than tipsy. This is a prime example of alcohol messing things up. A hand on my stomach and hoping I won't have to throw up, I force myself to go downstairs. I only manage to stare slowly while keeping a hand on the wall. Mom's glare is colder than ice. She's about as furious as I expected her to be. Morning. I slur the words. My tongue is heavy as lead. Dad closes his newspaper to put it on the table. The sound isn't exactly loud, but it makes me wince anyway. I expected you to sleep until afternoon, considering how late you got home last night. And while I appreciate you not turning on the shower in the early morning, I think you desperately need one. I can smell the alcohol here. I'm not going to question his words. He's probably right. If only I was sure I could stand without falling over. I wobble over to the table, weakly sitting down. Ignoring how badly my head hurts when I talk, I turn to Mom. Mom, you can be angry all you want later, but I made Adrian mad and I have to fix that first. Mom doesn't look surprised that I intend to prioritize Adrian. Instead, she twitches, her eyebrows creasing in worry. Alright. Adrian's a good boy. Don't mess things up with him. Our parents totally love him more than you. Go patch up with him. Alright. I'm on my way, jeez. I let my head fall onto the table. I know. I don't know what it's going to take for him to forgive me, but I'll do it. Drink a cup of coffee and eat some breakfast. That should help. But don't think we're done with this yet. We'll talk about this after you've made up with Adrian. Because Mom loves Adrian like a son, she knows how much it would take for him to get to snap like this. I groan in answer. Knowing I can't have any rest until the matter is settled, I force down a cup of coffee next to my breakfast and something against the headache. About an hour later, I still feel nauseous, but at least I can walk upright. I should take a shower before I go. The cold shower helps alleviate the hangover another bit. It's way too fucking early. Shit, couldn't they have warned me? Although 9 in the morning is an acceptable time for many things, it's not quite an acceptable time for showing up at a friend's place unannounced. Especially not on a Sunday. Pacing up and down in front of Adrian's house, I gnaw on my lower lip. What am I supposed to do now? Wait? Come back later? Normally I leave Adrian a message, but I simply don't dare at that moment. Being left unread would only result in me getting more scared the next time I see him. The longer I push this back, the harder it will be to get my ass up. A surprisingly strong feeling of irrational fear is hidden beneath the hangover's nausea and remnant dizziness. Adrian wouldn't ignore me, would he? Having never seen my childhood friend that furious before, I don't know how to deal with it. I have no clue how long it might take him to calm down, nor if he's the type to hold a grudge. Until now, there was nothing to hold a grudge for. What if yesterday was something? What did I even do? The fact that I can't fully tell what the issue is doesn't make it any better. Mom and Dad don't want me getting drunk because they're worried I'll get hurt. Would that be the same for Adrian? But would a friend flip out like this? Minutes pass in which I can't decide on whether to leave or stay. At some point, the front door opens. Good morning? Marian discreetly checks her wristwatch. I didn't know you were coming over. You could have rang the bell. My tongue ties itself into a knot. Because yesterday, wanted. Marian stops me from saying more garbled nonsense by stepping inside. Come in first, it's cold. I choke out something resembling an okay. You're here for Adrian, I assume. He didn't mention you'd come. He doesn't know. I see. Well, it should hardly be an issue. He's already awake. Marian knocks at Adrian's door without waiting for my response. It opens, revealing my surprised friend. I'm not prepared. Jace? Adrian's questioning tone wipes all my thoughts clean. It's early. Since when do you wake up at this hour? I flap my mouth like a fish, not getting a single sentence out. I should probably apologize, but apologize for what? Marian's gaze jumps between the two of us. Oh, should I leave for a while? I'm not entirely sure why she asked that question, but something tells me she's trying to give us some space. I'll admit, I don't exactly want to talk within Marianne's earshot. Adrian's eyes roam over my face. He shakes his head, then walks towards the door. Not needed. Jace, let's go take a walk. You look like you can use one. I'd love it if the cold outside helps me cool down my overheating brain. I sheepishly smile at Marianne, who curiously watches me trudge after her leaving son. We don't talk. I want to, but don't know where to start. As for Adrian, it's hard to tell whether he's being quiet due to his mood or if it's his usual silence. We can sit down over there. I follow after him, stiffly sitting down. It's a quiet corner, a bit off the main path without anyone else nearby. Go ahead. I want to say I'm sorry. I take a deep breath. If I can't order my thoughts, I'll just say them all. I don't know what for. I don't understand why you are so angry, but you never scold me without reason, so it's more likely I made a mistake that I don't realize that you're being irrationally angry than you being irrationally angry. I guess I shouldn't have gotten wasted. My parents are mad about that too, although I was still sober enough to think. I wouldn't have gotten into an accident or anything. Probably. I mean, I was drunk enough not to care about some girl filling me up, which is pretty drunk already. I crack a half-hearted joke. Guess I didn't inherit Mom's alcohol tolerance. Adrian doesn't laugh. Anyway, I don't know what exactly made you so angry, but I seriously can't stand you being mad at me. So please, tell me what I can do. I'm really ready to do anything. Seriously, I'm in panic mode in case you can't tell. I frantically speak without a pause. Towards the end, Adrian's lips form a lopsided smile. There's no need for you to apologize so much. I overreacted yesterday. I shouldn't have scolded you like that in the first place. I don't have the right to. But can you tell me what was wrong? It's not like you to drink without control. You don't like loud music and you're not too fond of alcohol. What made you go out drinking? There were reasons. Maybe not the best reasons, but there were reasons at least, if you get what I mean. Fuck it. Can I hide this? No, I can't. I suck at hiding things from Adrian. Especially if it's something that makes me go nuts like this. Hiding it will only make me stress myself out even more. It's not like he'd stop being my friend because of this. Rationality barely wins against the voice in my head that keeps on talking about the unlikely worst case scenario. The reason why Adrian always tolerates me is because we're friends. Friends don't just throw each other away. Friends can talk about things. You've got this, Jace. Drowning my worries in alcohol, kinda. Please don't say it was a bad idea. It's just after 9 in the morning and I'm awake even though I got home past 3. The fact that I felt bad enough to stop sleeping is proof that I know how stupid that was. Hangovers aren't helpful for alleviating your worries. What were you so worried about? As far as I know, everything's going all right in your life. You and your family are healthy, your grades are good, you aren't having relationship issues. If there was something that bothered you this much, you could have talked to me. The tension in my body slowly lessens. Adrian has always had a soothing effect on me. I should have talked to him from the start. This whole ordeal didn't need to happen. I brushed a hand through my hair, staring at the ground. Adrian waits patiently until I resumed talking. I ran myself against a wall. I'm always taking up so much of your time without considering your needs. As soon as there's an occasion where you don't have time, I get irritated. I'm basically demanding to get all your attention constantly. It's not healthy for a friendship. You should be able to move around freely without me throwing a fit. Because you were so busy lately, I was annoyed. Then you mentioned that your cousin is trying to hook you up with one of her friends, and I thought that I can't handle that. You finding a partner, I mean. But that kind of jealousy would only ruin our friendship, so I stupidly thought I could distract myself with alcohol. Don't look at me like that. I already acknowledged it was a ridiculous idea. Despite his skeptically raised eyebrow, Adrian doesn't interrupt. I don't know. I guess I thought if I got drunk enough, I can hook up with some random person, and after that, I would. Okay, I didn't even think of a positive consequence of that. I was literally only trying to take my mind off you. Because I started liking you God knows when, and realizing that made me jealous, because who knows when you're going to find someone you like. I don't want to share you, not with anyone. But that's something I can't decide. So yeah, that was what caused me to go overboard last night. Please say something. I've been by your side since we were little. We see each other nearly every day. I stay over at your place all the time. Are you sure that you're not misunderstanding? Huh? Friends can be possessive too, is all I'm saying. It's not odd. Oh, no. Look, I'm dense sometimes. I can be slow and oblivious, especially if it's about myself. But I can tell the difference between being interested in someone in a romantic way versus a friendship way. Otherwise, I wouldn't have freaked out so much. Like you said, we've been friends since forever. I know what my feelings were like before, and I know what they're like now. It's not the same. A tinge of doubt remains in his eyes. Can't say it's a surprise. I'd react the same if my childhood friend suddenly said they liked me. I can understand that you don't believe me, but this does hurt a bit. You'll have to forgive me for not daring to hope. Excuse me? Adrian's lost in thought, his gaze wandering. When he comes to a conclusion, his focus returns to me. You didn't know what to apologize for, right? That's because my anger was entirely irrational. The reason why I snapped wasn't simply because you were drunk. I didn't like seeing you drunk, that's true, but I would not have commented on that. The reason was that I couldn't control my jealousy at seeing some stranger cling to you. You were jealous? Yes. Because I love you, so seeing you flirt with someone else was unbearable. I hardly registered the second half of that sentence. I'm stuck on love. Not even like, but directly love, and from Adrian. The Adrian that I like. You're not gonna pull a I love you like a brother on me, right? I mean the romantic type of love. The type of love that includes wanting to be together forever, sharing our lives. But I'm not sure if your type of affection is really the same. Whatever cool wind had been blowing must have stopped abruptly because my face turned from cold to burning hot in a second. You really like me? I do. Like? As I just said. But since when? Since forever. Don't you always say you're so charming that it's no surprise if people fall for you? I agree with that statement. That was ridiculous boasting, nothing I meant seriously. Unable to sit calmly anymore, I start fidgeting. He likes me, since a long time even. How come I never noticed? So everything's alright? I point at him, then myself. If you like me, and I like you, there's no problem? Whatever worry I had about not deserving Adrian is blown out of the window. I'm simply too happy to hear his confession to care about anything else anymore. There's no way for me to reject it. Adrian smiles wryly, chuckling. I'm not sure if I dare believe you. I know it might sound cruel, but we're so close. Yet you never showed any sign of viewing me differently. You never considered me as a potential partner. You'd sleep on my lap, walk around in just your underwear, or hug me, all without thinking I could interpret your actions differently. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing I would wish more for than you telling the truth. I'm simply worried that it's all a misunderstanding, because it will be me who suffers if that's the case. But even if I was hurt, I couldn't dare leaving your side. I'd continue being your friend, no matter what happened. My heart hurts at his words. I know what he's talking about after all. He's right that I never thought of him as a potential boyfriend. But that's only true if you also keep in mind that my definition of keeping him as a friend was different from normal. After all, most people wouldn't expect their friend to be around them forever. I'd even adjust my future as long as it means we can continue living nearby. Even if he started dating someone, I demand the same amount of attention that I had always gotten. I wouldn't have gotten along with his partner. But how do I prove that? With the thing that there's no way I'd do with a friend. The moment I finish a thought, I already have the pretty obvious answer. I inhale, steadying my resolve. My shivering fingers wrap around Adrian's scarf. I pull him over, then bend forward to press my lips against his. The heat in my cheeks gets worse, which I hadn't expected to be possible. Adrian's eyes are wide open in surprise for only a moment, then close. His mouth curves upwards. His lips are softer than I expected, but cold due to the temperature outside. He holds still, only leaning a tiny bit forward to return my awkward kiss. I sure wish I had any idea how to kiss someone right. In the end, it's embarrassment that makes me pull away. I'm almost reluctant to break the contact, but my heart is beating out of my chest. Adrian laughs lightly. The sound makes my ears burn, especially when he strokes a finger over one, brushing my hair away. You're blushing. That's a reasonable reaction considering I just kissed the guy I like. I just did that. Yep. I actually did that, without warning. I rein in my thoughts, trying to focus on the situation at hand. And you're blushing too. Because I'm happy. So, you believe me now? I really do like you. I want us to start dating. As someone as stubborn as you actually did this. My fingers are quivering. I keep on holding onto his scarf simply because it helps me keep myself upright. Alright. Adrian approaches close enough that the tips of our noses brush against each other. My view is filled with the sight of his joyfully curved, dark blue eyes. Then we'll do that. I want to run away. Can you not speak in that tone? I lift my hands to cover my ears. That one. If I had to describe it, it would be overflowing with love and affection, which is killing me because Adrian's usual voice is already incredibly attractive. First time in my life I'm into someone's voice. Oh. It's good to know you like me speaking like this. I'll remember that. There's a rare hint of mischief in his words. You're being evil. Not at all. I only want to find out everything you like. I have to make sure to spoil you so much you'll never leave me. What, more than you do right now? Because I'm getting more and more useless. Adrian tugs my hands off my ears to take them into his own. He wraps his fingers around mine, lovingly holding them. I love you relying on me. In my opinion, the sight of you lazily whining for my help is adorable. I don't want to be adorable, but if you like that about me, sure. Honestly, I was wondering if I wasn't bothering you by acting like that. Not at all. I enjoy it. But isn't it important for relationships that both sides give equally much? I don't want to botch things from the start. The most important point is to do things that make both sides happy. It would be an issue if you didn't like me doing it, but as long as you don't mind, I'm willing to do all the things I've done. I never felt forced. I'd actually be quite sad if you stopped relying on me. Anyway, if I ever feel like it's too much, I'll tell you. Please do. I wonder if he's going to let go of my hands at some point. I'm certainly not planning on being the one to pull them away. Adrian comes close to give me a peck on the cheek that I embarrassingly twitch away from. It's cold outside. Is there still anything you urgently have to talk to me about? Otherwise, we can go back. My mother was a little unsettled, seeing you visit so early. I hadn't planned on doing that. It's just that I couldn't sleep anymore, so I came by at this ridiculous hour. I immediately missed the warmth around my fingers when Adrian stands up and lets go of them. The bags under your eyes look horrible. You can use a nap. I'll take one later. You can take one at my place, if you want to. As you know, I'm a good pillow. For some reason, that was less awkward before we started dating, though. Marianne comes over when she hears the door opening. The subtle crease of her eyebrows ease up at the sight of us. Welcome back. Mom, it's no problem if Jace stays over for a while, is it? No, it's fine. Your aunt and cousin wanted to come over, but I'll tell them another time. I'm touched when Marianne chooses me over her sister-in-law. Jace, do you want anything for breakfast? It'd be more of a brunch at this point. I touch my stomach. I'm still bloated from what I've eaten at home. No, thank you. If you get hungry later, let me know. Marianne goes back to shuffling around in the living room. We head to Adrian's room. I throw myself directly into his pillows, enjoying the subtle scent of them. Screw all of this. I like how he smells. It's comforting. The mattress sinks down when Adrian takes a seat at the edge. You're still hungover, aren't you? Go ahead and sleep. Everything else can wait for later. I pat the space next to me. Adrian smiles sweetly, taking his book and making himself comfortable at my side. I'll be reading while you rest. I watch Adrian through half-closed eyes. Soon, his eyes are glued to the book, completely immersed in it. I can guess the current mood of the part he's reading by his expression, which changes constantly. Accompanied by the rustling of the pages, his slow and steady breathing lulls me to sleep. Adrian makes it very obvious that he's planning on spoiling me until I'm rotten to the core. When I groan at his gentle attempts to wake me up, he tugs me into his arms and into a sitting position. By the time the grogginess vanishes, I'm snugly fit in his embrace despite being as tall as he is. It's like I'm waking up Sina by way of picking her up. She also makes tiny noises when I do. I did not make tiny noises. I think. I rub my eyes, getting off his lap. Where's my phone? I forgot to contact Mom and Dad. That shouldn't be a problem. I heard Mom call them. Oh, that's good. They're still mad because I got wasted. They only postponed my scolding because I wanted to make up with you first. We certainly made up. That reminds me though. Are you okay with me telling them about us? I should be the one to ask that. I'm fine with anything. Adrian has returned to his former calmness, only with more smiles. He seems completely relaxed. In that case, we can tell them. I don't want to hide it. They'd be upset if we did. If I can even hide it at all, I have a feeling it'd be painfully obvious. Adrian hands me my phone. I check my messages, finding one from my mom asking if everything turned out alright. I send her a thumbs up back. Are your parents going to mind? Because mine won't, for sure. Mom's gonna make you move in when I tell her. Hazel will be pissed you lost the bet, but I don't care about that. My mom knows I like you. It's one of the main reasons why I always hid my phone from you. She tends to send me teasing messages. Seriously? Yes, it happens regularly. I can't imagine Marianne teasing Adrian. And your dad? I don't think he knows, but he likes you a lot. He often mentions he's relieved that you're my friend. He thinks the relationship is good for me. Okay, that's good to know. My stomach rumbles loudly. It causes Adrian to rub my head, as he often does. Lunch? Is it late enough for lunch? You slept 2 hours. It's an early lunch, but lunch nonetheless. If your mom doesn't mind. I doubt it. Ah, Jace, your parents contacted me. I told them you're here with Adrian. I hope that was alright. Yes, thanks. I forgot to contact them. You'd think they'd not worry as much considering I'm in my 20s now, but I guess they'd be nervous because of my hangover. Or they thought I might have messed things up even worse with Adrian. A finger brushes against my cheek. You have a mark from a pillow on your cheek. I quickly cover it. Great. Although the interaction wasn't too different, Marianne immediately reacts to it by staring. Alright, if this was a comic, Adrian would probably be spewing hearts everywhere. It must be obvious. Adrian doesn't keep it a secret either. Mom, Jace and I are dating now. Congratulations! Finally. I heard that. Jace, please know that both David and I are fully supportive of you two. We believe in Adrian's choices anyway, but even more so if it's you. It's a bit unfortunate that your room is on the ground floor, though. Well, nothing to be done about that. We'll simply inform you when we leave the house and when we plan to return. I'm too dumbfounded to react to Marianne casually planning on how the deal of situations aren't really going to happen that soon. I should appreciate her considering it. My parents would run right into my room, no matter if my boyfriend is around or not. But still, this is a bit early, isn't it? Thanks. Putting that aside, Mom, can we eat lunch earlier? Of course. What would you like, Jace? As it turns out, Adrian's tone for spoiling me with a deadpan face runs in the family. Marianne has always been kind to me, but today she's treating me like the most precious guest. She's relieved that you agreed to date me. It's good to have her support. Both our families' support, I mean. Although I still have to tell mine. Can you come along for that? Just because once I say it, Mom will want to see you anyway. We can go over to your place for dinner. I'll stay overnight? Sure. I'll thank you in advance for waking me up tomorrow. You're welcome. The fact that, in any way, nothing has changed between us is a relief. Adrian isn't going to change the habits we developed over the years. On the way to my place, though, he holds my hand as we walk. Mom spots it in an instant. As expected, she more or less completely hands me over to him. She also insists he stays the night, or rather, stay for as long as he likes. My room, she says, has enough space for the both of us. I certainly don't complain about it, and neither does Adrian. Romantic end! Yay! Yeah, I think there's a possibility of a platonic end, so I'm glad we got the romantic ending. That was the goal. Oh, it just quit out. Yay, we did it! Awesome. That was cute. I like that route. I'm a sucker for friends to lovers trope myself. That's just how my brain works. I think other routes tend to move faster, and that always makes me uncomfy. But I guess we'll see that when we play the other routes with the other three people. I'm forgetting their names. Zoe, Stephanie, and Cameron. That guy. I feel like his route's gonna be fun. But yeah, that's gonna be the end of that one. I would have left it on the other screen with them kissing, but the game kicked it out. So, what did you guys think? Did you guys like it? Did you like the route? Do you like Adrian? I love him. He's cute cutie. I love how caring he is. He's so nice. He's a little too nice. I think our Jace is a little taking advantage of it. But not like the cousins. Cousins are bad. Oh my god. Awful. But yeah, if you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much. You guys are the best. Please remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. It really helps the channel grow. And I'll catch y'all next time in the next episode of Trouble Comes Twice, where we... Oh my god, excuse me. Where we play as Jace and do one of the other 3 routes. I don't know who we're doing next. Probably Cameron, honestly. But we'll find out next time. Thanks for hanging out with me. Bye!